From Cleveland's most accurate weather team, this is 19 First Alert Plus. Sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
And good morning, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News Now, coming to you from our digital desk. We like to take a look at our weather picture. Here's a live look at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, Ontario there, as it comes into downtown. Some sunny skies today. We're about to have a couple of days of just absolutely beautiful weather. The problem is it's not going to stick around for St. Patrick's Day. Everybody keeping an eye on Sunday. Let's welcome in 19 First Alert meteorologist Jeff Tanchak. Jeff, we're trying to get that first alert, that alert for what is going to happen Sunday. We'll get to that, but let's walk through these next two beautiful days.
Yeah, we often say, especially, when we go from, in March and April, it's all about timing and when these cold fronts come through. And today we're warm. In fact, we're going to be very warm. We're on the uptick here. We're really going to kick. The first leg of the warm up was yesterday, and then we really kick it into high gear today. We just have some scattered high clouds out there, but look at the high today, 69 degrees. Some of you will come close to 70. We have a breezy southwest wind out there. Akron, Canton, you're going to be well in the 60s as well, about 66, and it's going to be a warm night ahead. So here's a look at satellite. We'll look at that here. Of course, we don't have any rain in the area here. Some scattered high clouds right now. We may develop some fair weather clouds from time to time, but we are clearly in this warm sector of air. I don't see any reason why the forecast high temperatures today can't sneak up in that 65 to 70 degree range out there. Probably not a lake breeze today because of the pretty stiff southwest wind, but tomorrow that could be a different story because we are going to have a lighter wind field tomorrow. As we go through tonight, you can see how warm it's going to be relative to average. Our average low this time of year is right around 30. And you can clearly see by early tomorrow morning, we're going to be above 50 in the Cleveland area and some spots in the 40s inland. And then we do it all over again tomorrow. So you have 2 days with dry conditions, temperatures well in the 60s both days here. Then we're going to start to change it up here towards the end of the week because eventually rain and thunder is going to come into play. There's a lot of action happening in the western part of the country right now. And this is tomorrow morning's map on First Alert Future View. And what's going to happen is often we get these areas of low pressure that develop near the Texas Panhandle, sometimes in the southeast part of Colorado here. Doesn't do much at first, but it gathers strength and it gathers moisture. So look at how this rain shield expands tomorrow night and then going into Thursday. So we're going to have rounds of rain and thunder on the way. And it looks like that first round will be Thursday morning. And notice how I said rounds of rain and thunder. It's not going to rain all the time, but it's definitely going to be unsettled Thursday night, and then Friday, that's when this system comes through. That'll start the cool down process here with this system that starts to move in on Thursday. Now, the thing that's interesting about Thursday here is we're going to have a warm front that's going to be kind of hugging the lakeshore. So this could be one of these deals on Thursday where we get a large temperature contrast from lakeshore to inland. One of these 25 to 30 degree temperature contrasts, depending or not if the wind is off the lake here. No matter what happens with that, it's rain and thunder at times Thursday night, and Friday. We're still warm. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, well in the 60s. Thursday, we'll see what that warm front does. Could be much cooler near the lake. And then Friday is when we start the first leg of the cool down process. And then as we get into Saturday, here's St. Patrick's Day. Notice how we're getting ready for some colder air to come in. Right now, I think St. Patrick's Day won't be real cold, but a chunk of that colder air does come in on Monday, giving us that pattern flip. And I'm going to be talking more about this in detail on our 19 First Alert Focus show that you can see weeknights, 7:30 p.m. on CW43, our own half-hour show for you.
Yeah, the only station in the market that does this is a half hour dedicated to all things weather. And it's not just, some of you are probably saying, how in the heck can you tell me about the next 5 days of weather in a half an hour? It's much more than that. It's what's coming up, what's the rest of the month look like, and then even maybe some science stuff, looking at the eclipses in now just less than 4 weeks. We're going to take a 15-second pause and get a little more in-depth into St. Patrick's Day because there is some variable stuff. It could change between then and now, but we'll get to that just on the other side of this break.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
And here we go with our temperature trend. Let's get through this first, Jeff.
Yeah, okay. So the 2 warmest days, clearly you see here, today's high, 69 degrees, 67 tomorrow. We have the rain and thunder Thursday, but notice how we just continue to go down here through the course of the weekend. 49 on St. Patrick's Day is what we're thinking now. We'll probably be in the 40s during the parade, but not seeing a ton of rain, at least not during the day here. So for the short term, we have the partly cloudy sky today. Enjoy the day. You got that breezy southwest wind keeping the lake breeze in check. But tomorrow we could be turning colder near the lake shore, though, during the afternoon, 67. Rounds of rain and thunder Thursday, Friday. Okay, so that's the system coming through. And then as we get into the weekend here, we kept Saturday dry, a mix of clouds and sun, and 52, 42 the low Saturday night. And then Sunday, right now we have it mainly dry during the day here, 49 the high. But that evening winter mix, that's some lake effect that'll start to happen because look at Monday, 39, potential for some snow showers around. And that's our little pattern flip that we potentially could see early in the week that I'll be talking about on the Focus show here. But March, this is what you get. Temperatures all over the place, and it's all about timing when these cold fronts come through.
I think I can remember, I was talking about this with Nicole Versansky yesterday. I think I can remember 2 absolutely gorgeous St. Patrick's Day in Cleveland where it was 70 degrees. I've been in the Cleveland market 19, 20 years now, and I can only remember about 2 St. Patrick's Days that were just absolutely stunning. And I always say if we can get to 55 is generally when St. Patrick's Day, the parade, the festivities is when it's bearable. Doesn't look like we're going to get there this year.
No, it looks like I would say during the parade you're looking at 40s. Hopefully we'll keep the rain out, which right now I think it is looking mainly dry. 40s, you're going to have to bundle up. It doesn't look super windy. It could be worse, could be better. It's one of those deals. But, yeah, it doesn't look certainly not as warm as what we're going to see today.
Excellent. 19 First Alert meteorologist Jeff Tanchek, thanks for checking in.
Okay, no problem.
All right, take care. Just kind of an updated look. Remember, as our weather department says, the next weather forecast is the most accurate weather forecast. So make sure you check in all throughout the week as we get closer and closer to St. Patrick's Day. That forecast is going to be much more refined to give you a better idea. One last look at Ontario in downtown Cleveland. A live look as people get their workday underway. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be here on our digital platforms. Otherwise, our 11 o'clock news just about an hour away on CW43. And then our noon news on Channel 19. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a great day.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social media at Cleveland 19 News.